Welcome back to That Dad Guy, and Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2025. This is my first video that I get to say that in, so 2025. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful celebration last night, whether it was something quiet at home or out at a party, being very safe in your choices. Hopefully you had a wonderful time. For us, we watched a Jackie Chan Chinese movie that was subtitled into English. It was very sad about a man and his horse as a stuntman and his relationships with his daughter. It was kind of a bit of a downer. And then we watched the World Junior Game, which was Canada versus the United States, and Canada lost. So another bit of a downer. But we did bring in the new year. And today we are starting fresh with new adventures, and you're joining me for Stamp of the Month. And you're asking, what is Stamp of the Month? Because maybe you're new to the channel. And if you are, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, put the notification bell on, and you pay attention because we do giveaways in these videos every month. The Stamp of the Month is a chance when I get to talk about a stamp, a series of stamps, a topic on stamps. And this month is no different. I've been fortunate enough to be tagged up and teamed up with Liverpool Stamps in England. They supply me with a code, and in turn supply you with a code where you can go to their website and earn discounts and get free gifts, as well as they also give me things towards the giveaway that I give you out every month. And so today we are going to show you what's in that giveaway. Every month it seems to get bigger and better. I've contributed some things. Liverpool Stamps has contributed some things. Stephen in Australia is sending some things in too. So due to the postal strike, we're a bit delayed with that, but hopefully the package will arrive before the end of the month. And by the end of the month is when we'll be doing the draw. So in that video, I will show the full complement of what the winner will get and how to be a part of this winning team. All you got to do is pay attention to the keyword that I'm going to give you and write it in the comments of this video. That simple. So I hope you're a subscriber and you're ready to go, and we can talk about this theme. Was it a theme? No, well, not really a theme. It can be a theme, though. Confusing you a little bit. Here in the British Commonwealth, if you want to know, we get reminded of this artist on a regular basis, whether we know it or not. The image is cemented in our brains. All of us who are stamp collectors know this image. All of us that are coin collectors know this image. And do you really know the artist, though? So that's what I'm going to talk about. We're going to do a little bit of artist history, and then we'll get into what that artist has been famous for. Some of you have already figured it out now, but those of you that haven't, we're going to talk about Arnold Machin. So his works are famous. He's been a part of some amazing and well-known art groups. He's been a leader in his field, and he's had world-renowned success. So Arnold Machin was born in 1911 in Stoke-on-Trent. He was part of the Royal College of Art. And he passed away in 1999. So he lived a very long life, and he got to see his artwork travel the globe and be a part of some of the most prestigious institutions and in some very powerful people's collections along the way. He started his art career in 1925 at the early age of 14. He was an apprentice China painter at the Minton Pottery. In 1929, during the Great Depression, he learned to sculpt at the College of Art in Stoke-on-Trent. Stoke-on-Trent is here in this part of England. By the 1930s, he had moved to Derby, where he met his wife. He studied at the Royal College of Art in London, and his knowledge base took off with what he was able to create. By 1942-43, World War II was in full swing, and due to his opinions or his political beliefs, his religious beliefs, he became a conscientious objector to participating in World War II, which gave him a one-year prison sentence, which he served. By the end of the Second World War, though, his art career had taken off, and what he'd been doing with the Royal College of Art was just growing. He had pieces of his work in famous collections all around the world, and did works for many world leaders as well. He went on to hold teaching and high levels of academics in even the title of Master Sculptor. By 1965, though, he was granted the Officer of the Royal Order of the British Empire, so the OBE, so one of the highest honors you can get, he was awarded. And so that's kind of his run-through of what he did with his life outside of the arts. You know, we haven't narrowed in on exactly what we know him for, where we see him on a regular basis. So let's get into that. In 1964, Arnold Machin was selected to design the new image of Queen Elizabeth II for the new decimal coinage. So between 1968 and 1984, this coin that he was going to design was used. He was a sculptor, so he sculpted this particular image, and it was selected amongst all these other artists that were chosen to compete for it. His image was selected, and so on the British coins by 1968, this image was put in place. But as a Canadian, we have the honor of it was test used first. So it was test used in two places. In 1965, we were the first to have Machin art on our coinage. It was here in Canada and in Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. So you can see Canada is this part of the world, and Zimbabwe and Rhodesia was this part where the British coinage was in place. Interesting to note, I was looking at the coinage. You know, we've got, I'll show you our coins here. You can see there's a Machin Queen Elizabeth II on the back. I'm going to pop up some pictures too that'll show you. On the back of our coins, it says Elizabeth II, Elizabeth II in Roman numerals, and then it says DG Regina on the back, which I've never really looked into. What does that mean? It means Dea Gratia Regina, by the grace of God, Queen. That is on the back of all our coins. On the back of the Rhodesian coin, it just says Elizabeth II. So that's one of the ways you can see the difference. When it gets to the British coins that came out in 1968, on the back of theirs it says DG Reg FD, which means by the grace of God and defender of the faith. So a little bit of coinage history for you there on the back. I'll tell you some other things. So Canada and Rhodesia started it in 1965. Australia followed in 1966, New Zealand in 1967, and then the UK put the Machin design on the back of their coins. Canada's ran the longest and started the earliest. It went from 1965 to 1989. Australia went from 1966 to 1984. New Zealand from 1967 to 1985. Rhodesia went from 1965 to 1979, the shortest period, and that's because it got its independence and became Zimbabwe. So the Queen left their coinage at that point. And in the UK, it went from 1968 to 1984, as we've said before. So there's a little bit about the coins that happened. Machin also designed the 1972 Royal Silver Wedding Anniversary coin and the 1977 Silver Jubilee coin. Both were his pieces of art. And that is some of the stuff that he did. He also was, you know, a designer of pottery. So Wedgwood pottery, very famous pottery. He has done some amazing pieces for that too. So if you happen to have any of that in your collection, it's worth quite a bit. But let's switch gears now. From 1952 to 1971, the Queen was depicted in this way on stamps. It's called the Wilding series by Dorothy Wilding, which is another artist for another time. But they decided that they were going to do an update. So in 1966, approved by the new series of definitive stamps known as Machins. These stamps ran from 1967 to 1922. We all know this stamp, don't we? We have seen this 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times. Why do I say that? Because there's 320 billion copies of this stamp produced. Now, not just this stamp, but this stamp's image comes in different colors, comes in different denominations. The original sculpture was 16 inches by 14 inches wide. This is the picture of it. This is what the stamp was based on, this beautiful 3D image. The Wilding image was a 2D image. This one was given more depth and really popped on the stamp. Inspiration, of course, is the penny black way back when, but this is what the Queen wanted and how she wanted it. She even decided, originally it was just going to be to the shoulders. She wanted a bit of her dress to be shown. The crown that she's wearing changed a little bit based on what they wanted. And so when all those modifications were done, the Machin stamp came out 1967 with the first denomination. Now for collectors, there's 5,000 varieties of color, value, gum, phosphorus banding, iridescent overprints, perforations, and printing methods. So there's a million different ways that you can collect the stamp, or 5,000, but you can collect a whole bunch of different things. It was also used in crown dependencies in Guernsey and Jersey until 1969, the Isle of Man until 1973, Hong Kong until 1997 when Hong Kong went back to possession of China. Excuse me. In 1996, Somaliland also used it as an overprint when they were getting their independence, but very small number. Maybe only 30 of them exist out there now, so if you happen to have one of those, it's probably very valuable. In 2022, Canada used the Machin image as well for the Platinum Jubilee, the 70th anniversary of the Queen on the throne. Of course, the same year the Queen passed away. And so the last year of the Queen Elizabeth II Machin. So it is an important stamp. I'm going to show you something too. When doing my research, I was watching a bunch of different things on Arnold Machin, talking about Machin stamps on different programs, and one of the ones that I came across was Foxridge Philately. He is a local person here who's starting up a YouTube channel, and he was talking about starting collecting Machins, and he told me about this. I hadn't heard about this. Simplifying the Machins. It's a free catalog. This one's in black and white. He printed his off in color. I probably will do the same in the future, but I wanted this to show you. You can go to adminware.ca/Machin and get your own free copy. I'll put that across the bottom so you have it. And inside this, there's the author, and he talks about different Machins in there. And it has countries, currencies, anniversaries, size. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things in here. All the differences you can have in it. In a color one, you're going to see lots of beautiful things, including these different images of the Machin in there. So I will let you go through and print your own copy of this and look through. I would suggest in color. Like I said, I will go back and reprint this and print it in color because I think it does warrant, with all the different variations of Machins, having those color images over a black and white image. All right, that is Arnold Machin. If you didn't know him before, you do now. For the stamp, for the coin, and if you're lucky enough to live in a place that uses the Queen or now the King on the money, you probably have the pocket change with his art in it. Now, we've gotten that far. You've seen all that. Let's look at a quick glimpse. There's the Machin again. Machin everywhere. I'll give you a quick glimpse of what you have a chance to win when you put the keyword in. And this is just a small amount. So we're talking about colors. Here's some pages. Colors of Machins, all set aside. Here's a pack of Machins, and in it, there's a Wilding. That's not a Machin, but some interesting ones. There's some extras in there. Lots of Machins in there. Rows of them. So if you're a new collector and you don't have these in your collection yet, you're going to have a massive collection by the time you win this giveaway. I can tell you there are lots and lots coming. And if you collect first day covers, we've got those as well. And it's free to enter. Why wouldn't you? I can tell you all the people that have won before have received their gifts, and every single one of them have sent me a message thanking me for doing this, thanking Liverpool Stamps and Stephen in Australia. There are some things here that I'd like to keep in my own collection, but I've decided to send it off so other people can enjoy it. This last one is one of those things that I thought, maybe I should just hang on to this. Instead, I'm going to put it in the giveaway and hope that one day one returns to me at some capacity. But this came out as a beautiful set, a series here. There's Arnold Machin in his own stamp. There's the Machin he created. There's some high value number colored Machins there as well, all on a beautiful souvenir sheet. This came out in 2007, so I know one of the last big change ones. There are people that collect the double Machins that are out there too, which are the ones that have the two heads with it. And you know that in recent years, the Queen was approached many, many times to update the Machin, to put out a new stamp. She did it with the coins. By 1984 or 1989, depending on what country you live in, a new coin came out with an image that was a more mature Queen. So why didn't she do it with the Machin? It's because she never found a artist rendering that she thought was up to standards, that was better than this one, and so it ran right until her death. And that is a huge honor for that artist, and a huge honor for stamp collectors, that we have a chance to collect in theme all these wonderful stamps. When I first started looking at them, and yes, that was a snapshot of what you will get to win. There will be more, and I look forward to showing you the rest of it too. One thing I do want to talk about, I think I just cut off myself there about, yeah, it's amazing when I first started to collect stamps. These I thought were kind of boring at first. They're all the same. They look the same image. But then when you get into it and you see all the different variations of the same and the complexity of that original sculpture that makes this stamp a 3D stamp, and not that's 3D and you have to put the glasses on, but the image looks like what you would see with a coin. As far as, you know, in a coin, I can feel texture. I can feel the different different levels of the metal. In the stamp, I can't do that. It's flat. But looking at it, it looks like I should be able to. His art was wonderful that way. All right. I do want to mention one more thing. Yeah, you're thinking the word's coming. But no, Liverpool Stamps. Go to www.liverpoolstamps.co.uk, and you can go check out their website. And this year, you can put in the code TDG20, TDG20, and you're going to get 20% off your order, no matter what you're ordering. And you're going to get a free gift with it that will be linked up to whatever the Stamp of the Month theme was. So in this case, you're going to get a Machin themed prize to go along with your order. You're going to get 20% off your order by putting in that code. And I want to thank Liverpool Stamps once again for offering my community a chance to grow their collection by getting a discount by buying off of your website. And so I hope many people will go there. The more people that go and buy things and build the collection means the more of these prizes we can give away in the future. And maybe the bigger the discounts we'll get for certain months or certain years. It blows me away that we have such a great community, and I want to thank Liverpool Stamps once again for being a part of it. Well, if you've made it this far, maybe you'll make it a little bit further. You guys, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye. So you did make it a little bit further. You got to the end and beyond, and I want to thank you for that. So the easiest word to put in would be Machin, but that's not going to be the word, because I want to make sure that someone has watched to the very end of this video and caught this word. The word is going to be Arnold. A-R-N-O-L-D, Arnold. That is the artist's first name. And that's the word that I want to see showing up in the comments. If you want to win this amazing prize pack, tune in. You're going to see the rest of it near the end of the month. So Arnold is your word for Stamp of the Month.